franchise we like to do every now and again. So let's talk about something that has gone completely viral.
Oh, yeah.
The moment that the CEO of a company that no one knew of before this weekend, it's called Astronomer, he was caught on camera canoodling with a woman who is not his wife and is the company's chief people officer. Okay, so CEO canoodling with the chief people officer who is not his wife. This went down.
I think he said he was giving her the Heimlich there.
I could tell. There is so much to unpack here. A lot. I feel like every day something new comes out of this story. The latest is that the CEO has since resigned. I can tell you over the weekend, spoofs of this were happening across the country on big jumbotrons, in stadiums and concerts and all the rest. So it begs the question, you know, why are we so fascinated with this? Are we truly just one big voyeuristic society?
Yeah, I think we are, because we have everything at our disposal in order to be voyeurs, especially social media. But I think part of it, Marisol, is this whole idea that we are living in a very toxic world, internationally, nationally, what's going on with politics, horrific stories, tragedies. So here's something, even though it is affecting the people who are part of it in a very negative way, I'm sure, but here's something that's a little bit lighter, that we're laughing about. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat or a MAGA, we're talking to one another about this.
Okay, so you're seeing what has transpired as an opportunity for conversation across party lines, across, I mean, I'm not saying it's a great conversation.
Right.
But you're saying that people are communicating, because my social media feed, holy smokes.
I know.
Has been crazy.
It's been blowing up. I would call it less of an opportunity, but more of a window into our own souls.
Better put.
As to what it is that we're involved in. So I think we really need to be careful. It's a cautionary tale for everyone involved.
Sure. You know, I was intrigued by the fact that the CEO resigned, because it is my observation on this 21st day of July, that there are a lot of men in power who do things that are not morally correct, who continue to fulfill those roles. What did you think of that move?
Well, you know, I thought, first of all, it was a good thing to do, because as a leader, you have to set an example also. It's not just about making the money, but how it is that you inspire other people. And so we're talking here, I mean, we don't know a lot about this, but there seems to be some dishonesty involved here, and that's pretty bad for morale for his workers.
Right. Yeah, it's safe to say that none of the other parties knew about this relationship based on that action. So as we watch this thing play out, what does it say about us? Because I try to use these opportunities to sort of be introspective and figure out how I can be a better human. Use this as a way to model, you know, better behavior for young folks. To that you say what?
Well, I say, first of all, let's not have fun at other people's expense, right? Let's not get into this psychological thing that I call splitting, where I'm all good, you're all bad. It's black and white thinking. It's simplistic. It makes us feel better, but these other people are really suffering.
Right.
And I think if nothing else, it really is a morality tale as to why you should be true in your relationships.
Sure. And to that point, for folks who have been in a relationship where the other spouse was not honest or truthful, and this opens up a wound, or maybe there is a family at home who is living through this exact same thing, what words of wisdom would you give them? I
would say, first and foremost, whatever you're involved in that is dishonest, absolutely stop. Take a break. Whether you decide to stay in that cheating relationship or not, you have to stop. Secondly, be honest as to what's going on. And then the third and most important thing, because we know when it comes to cheating, 50% of couples actually do stay together. So it's an opportunity, Marisol, for people to actually be able to take responsibility for where they are in this relationship, in the cheating. It's always wrong, but what was going on in the relationship that made it vulnerable to this kind of an action.
Right, and then take a better look at yourself, a look at the relationship, and hopefully build a better one.
And that's what we want in therapy.
Thank you. We will post a QR code with his.
If it's broken, let's make it better.
That's right. Oh my gosh, Dr. Jeff.